Good morning, my loves. I hope you are doing well. Today is Thursday, May the 12th, and it's definitely another day that God has given us to make some changes, to become better people and get things right in our lives. As always, if you want to hear this video in its entirety, please head over to YouTube and check out our YouTube page, Healing You, Healing Me. And with that being said, I want to share a thought with you today. I actually had a couple of thoughts. But this one keeps ringing in my ears, so it's the one that I'm going to share with you today. I am certain that every one of us have heard the phrase, "What would Jesus do?" I'm certain of it. There is no way, no how you have not heard or seen somebody use or wear that phrase, whether it be on a bracelet, whether it be the letters WWJD on a t-shirt, whether it be some smart aleck saying, "Now what would Jesus do?" Whatever the way that you've heard it, I am certain that you've heard it. In saying that, I want to bring your attention to the fact that it has become such a common way to respond to somebody in a cheeky sort of way. When you say or do something and the person responds to you, "Now why did you do that? What would Jesus do?" And so the term, the phrase has become so very common to us that it somehow, I think, has lost its meaning, right? But what if you really connected with that phrase? What if you really asked yourself, what would Jesus do? I'll tell you, I try very hard to be transparent as I'm sharing these posts because I think that that's important. I want to share my struggles and my challenges with you because I want you to know that God is still working on me and He can work on you and you can change. There is really just power in being aware of who and where and what you are. Yesterday, I am pretty new in this office that I'm in, and I'm only here for a short amount of time as I travel for social work. And a doctor walked into my office without knocking. He just walked in. He just opened the door, and then suddenly his whole presence was in the room, and he started talking without any concern for who was in the room, what we were doing, whether or not we were on the phone with patients, whether we were in the middle of virtual counseling. He really just didn't care. And it annoyed me. It did. And I remember saying to the Lord yesterday, thank God I have on this mask, Lord. Thank you for this mask. Because my lips were fixed a certain kind of way because I just thought it was very disrespectful. And to top it off, y'all, he came into the office and he spoke to, I share an office with 3 women. He spoke to both of the other women in the office, but never even acknowledged my presence. It was as if I was invisible. Well, that ticked me off. And I didn't say anything, but this is the 3rd time that he's done that to me. And when he walked into the room, he was very condescending. So what do you people call yourselves now? Health coaches, wellness coaches? What's your title? Like, what's your name? What do you people call yourself? Well, if you're from the South, you know that term, you people, has connotations of its own. So immediately my ears shut down because I am not you people. And I didn't answer him because surely you are not, sir, talking to me. Yeah, you are not talking to me. So this continued on for a while, and eventually I just got tired of trying to talk to my patient and have him in the room. So I got up, gathered some things, and I went into another office to work until he left my space. And when I came back, the nurse apologized for his behavior, and she said, he used to be the medical director at this place. And my response was, ooh, that's scary, because he doesn't come across as a kind and reasonable person. As a matter of fact, he comes off very disrespectful and condescending to his staff. Long story short, as the nurse and I are talking, I'm hearing the phrase in my head, what would Jesus do? And I'm saying to the Lord, don't ask me. Don't bring that to my mind. Because I don't really, not to be disrespectful, Lord, but I don't really care what Jesus would do because he's disrespectful. And I just kept, the phrase just kept rolling over in my mind. What would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? What if we took opportunities of challenge to utilize the grace and compassion that Jesus extends to us? I could have been much nicer yesterday. I could have said something along the lines of, well, I don't believe we've met before. My name is Anna. What's your name? I could have done all of those things, but I was so caught up in what I felt was disrespect that I really heard the phrase and dismissed it as we do when we see it on a shirt or see it on a bracelet. I want to live my life as if Jesus is alive and well. I don't ever want people to look at what may be the only time they have the opportunity to see Christ-like behavior and instead find me in my feelings, right? What if we really took the opportunity to ask ourselves, what would Jesus do? And then once we arrive at an answer, what if we really did it? How many more people would be touched by the love of Christ if we simply asked ourselves, what would Jesus do? I don't know about you, but I got work to do, because sometimes Jesus is on the other side of the universe where people are working my nerves. But I got work to do. And thank God he is compassionate enough, and he's graceful enough, and he's caring enough, and he's long-suffering enough to deal with me and my human failures. I'm so glad. Ask yourself the question, what would Jesus do? And then challenge yourself to do exactly what he has prompted you to say he would do. Be Jesus in the earth for somebody who may never have the opportunity or take the time to go to a church and get the formal word of God. Be the informal Jesus on the street that shows love and kindness and compassion to every single person that we meet. I encourage you today to try it. We're all a work in progress. We are all trying to make our way into those gates. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time on Shorts for the Believer. Bye-bye.